Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. To the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the great multitude, men, women, and children, that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. Shalom. And to the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, shalom unto you as well. This is the brother Dama Gabar, here with a lesson, Lord willing, to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'm going to do this quick lesson dealing with the justification by faith. All right, because you have these unlearned, proud Israelites out here, pushing this lie and, coming with this false narrative that they are able to keep the law perfectly, which was literally impossible. All right. None of our forefathers, prior, only Yahweh Shai was able to fulfill the whole of the law when he came in the flesh. All right. After that, all of our forefathers, they've all sinned and they've all come short of the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now you have other, but anyways, you have these guys out here, the Sakari and a lot of the IUIC who are constantly pushing the law, statutes, and the commandments, and they're coming out here and telling you that unless you keep the law perfectly, you're not going to be saved. Well, if that's the case, then we're all doomed and we're all going to be destroyed. All right, because none of us were able to live up to that first covenant standard. We all broke it. We all fell off. We all, fell under that first covenant, which was solely based upon us keeping the law. All right, which none of our forefathers was able to do perfectly. Even, when we was in the land of Israel, when we had sovereignty, when we had the ability to govern amongst ourselves, you still had the sacrifices for sin. You still had the Day of Atonement. You still had sacrifices that had to be made because our people weren't made perfect. So for you to try to come now in these last days and say that, your righteousness is based upon the law is completely ridiculous, man. Right? Scriptures tell you that all of our righteousness are as filthy rags here, and that we're going to be justified by our faith and belief in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. That's our mediator. That's our go-between. That's our access back unto the Father. And then when the time is appointed, Yahweh Shai is going to literally change these vile bodies to be like unto his glorious bodies. And he's going to put these law, statutes, commandments in our inward part. And once we're changed and glorified and we're in the kingdom of heaven, that's when we'll be able to keep the laws perfectly. But as far as us being in this flesh right now, it's literally impossible. Hey, this thing is all about faith and belief in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and all of us, before we, even knew that we were Israelites, we weren't justified in the sight of the Most High by keeping the law. We were justified by our faith and our belief when we heard this word and this gospel and believed in it. All right, and then as your faith grew, as you got more deeper into the this understanding, then you started to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. And even to this day, none of us are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly, man. You'll be out of your mind to walk around here and believe that you're not sinning and that you're keeping the laws perfectly, man. And anybody who's telling you that, they ain't working with a full deck. They're totally, bugged out, man. And they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because I guarantee you, if we were all followed around on our daily basis and we was being judged by all of the technicalities and the little, the tidbits, every jot and tittle of the holy law, we will all fail and we will all be destroyed. All right. And that's why we have access to this grace period, so that we could, get ourselves back to where we need to be. But it's all based upon our faith. All right. And I'm going to start here in Romans 3:21. And it says what? Justification by faith. It says, but now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference, you see. And it's by our faith in Yahweh Shai that we are, it is counted unto us as righteousness. All right. Now, of course, we try to keep the law to the best of our ability, but even with you trying to keep the law to the best of your ability, you're still going off. Because I guarantee you, these different restaurants you're going to, whether you're, not eating pork, you're not eating this shellfish or crab or lobster, that same grill that you're ordering your chicken or beef on, had unrighteous foods cooked on it. Here it is. Somebody could have ordered some pork chops, and then you came in there and ordered some chicken breast. I guarantee you, right after he cooked those pork chops on that damn or that bacon on that grill, right after he cooked that bacon, he probably slapped your chicken right there on that grill, on the same grill, and made you a chicken sandwich, man. And we can go on and on and on if we want to be so technical and go by the seriousness of the law. And we will all be condemned. And another thing, we're still in our captivity. We're in the land of Esau, Edom, who is intentionally putting, stumbling blocks and doing all type of wickedness. We're eating our food defiled amongst the heathen each and every day. There's things that you're eating that have pig byproducts in it, or things that are unlawful and unholy to consume. Each and every day is being put into your food. So none of us are keeping the law perfectly, and it's not through the law that we're being saved, nor is it, being counted unto us as righteousness. All right, but it's our faith. It's verse 23. It says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High." And guess what? Even when we came into this truth through faith and hearing the word, and we started to try to keep these law, statutes, and commandments, hey, we're still all coming up short. All right, we're still all have sins that are still upon us, but it's our faith in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach that is being accounted as our righteousness. It says, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Another thing too, if you niggas are keeping the laws perfectly, then Yahweh Shai coming back and sacrificing himself is completely null and void. All right, if that's the case, then you didn't need Yahweh Shai. You don't need a savior. You don't need anything, according to your logic and what you're out here saying. What's the need for Yahweh Shai to have got up on that cross and shed his blood for the remission of sins, man? It says 25, whom the Most High has set forth to be a propitiation through faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past through the forbearance of the Most High. It says, to declare, I say, at this time his righteousness, that he might be just, and the justifier of him which believeth in Yahweh Shai. You see? So that's where we're getting our justifications from. It's through our faith in Yahweh Shai, that he shed his blood, that he came down and became a propitiation and gave us access back to the Holy Father, man. It says, 27, where is boasting then? Is it excluded? By what law of works? Nay, but by the law of faith. And that's what you guys are missing. You're missing that ingredient of faith. And you think it's all because of your works and because you're keeping the law perfectly and that you don't sin is how you're justifiable in the sight of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is not true. All right? It's through your faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. It says, therefore, we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law, just like our forefather Abraham. All right? He was totally in uncircumcision, but it was his faith that was imputed unto him as righteousness, man. You see, he believed that even if he was to sacrifice his son, that the Most High could bring him right back. You see, and he was totally uncircumcised, but it was that faith, not of the works, that was imputed unto him as righteousness, and the same applies unto us. All right, it says, is he the power of the Jews only? Is he not also of the Gentiles, which those Gentiles are the Israelite foreigners? All right. It says, yes, of the Gentiles also, seeing it is one power which shall justify the circumcision by faith and the uncircumcision through faith. You see, it's all through faith, man, not by the works, nor by the, your so-called righteousness that you think you're amassing by, keeping the law, man. You sound like those old foolish Galatians, It says, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law. Right. You keep the law to the best of your abilities, but you have to understand, being in this captivity and being here in America and Babylon the Great, it's impossible for us to keep all the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly, man. All right, you having your Passover. You think you're eating the lamb, the unblemished lamb, nigga? You going to the store just like we going to the store to get your lamb from whatever place that'll chop it up and give it to you. You don't know the condition that lamb was in. You don't know whether it was a male or a female, whether it had one eye, whether it was lame, whether it was, retarded. You don't know what the condition that lamb was in. But what you did the Passover, and you did what was necessary through faith, man. All right. So you guys need to get off this high and mighty horse and stop lying and telling these jakes they got to keep the law perfectly. Walking, you got to where your fringes at, Here it is. You niggas are the biggest breaker of the law. It's always those guys who are over righteous and push the law, statutes, and commandments upon the people are the main breakers of the law. These niggas got long hair. They got lineups. You got members of their congregation going into the bathroom and taking pictures of their rod with the fringes on and giving it to another woman, committing adultery, doing all type of wickedness with their fringes on, man. So miss us with this being holier than thou bullshit, man. Because a lot of you guys are, you're faking the funk and you're in this over righteous spirit, man. Scriptures tell you that he that is a Jew is one inwardly, man. All right, the fringe is supposed to be, on the inside. How you move and how you act and your conduct in this truth, not on some outward appearance, some outward show of the flesh, because that's what a lot of you guys are out here pushing. But even in your outward appearance, you're still going the hell off. For those who have the eyes to see and that know better. Here it is, you got all these fringes on talking about you can't wear pants and this, that, and the third, but you niggas over here walking around with a goddamn lined up mohawk on your head. Or you guys are keeping the Sabbath Friday, was that Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. We can go on and on if you want to get technical, But the point of the matter is, hey man, this thing is through faith in Yahushua HaMashiach, man. And through that faith, you're going to have works that reflect that faith, And you're going to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You're not going to be sitting up here acting as if you're holier than thou and you keep all the law, statutes, and commandments, which is a complete and utter lie, man. All right? So y'all need to stop telling stop coming with that bullshit, man. Hey, man, and continue to be faith-based Israelites as we need to be, man. So with that, I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you will edify. Shalom.